Hey, what is up? Welcome to the Eternal Skunk Show. I am Cody Rose alongside of my... Hi, I'm Cody Rose alongside my good buddy O, who is the only person I know who has a master's degree in masturbation.
Whoops. I finished.
How you doing, buddy?
Pretty good, man. How are you?
I am awesome.
Well, that's the shit. Did you do anything cool this week?
Besides the old, the usual, the work and
Yeah.
your normal bullshit.
Well, I know, braiding hair and, rubbing feet. I get it.
Sometimes I go to truck stops and try to arm wrestle truck drivers.
Well, which one do you ask for, the arm out the window or the driving arm?
The out the window arm.
Oh, yeah?
Most people aren't lefties, but I am.
Go. Point Cody.
Yeah, it's one of the only ways I can win in life anymore is,
I get that. I oftentimes just go buy 2-for-1 cheeseburgers, so I feel like I won. They gave me a free one.
I got a free one.
Even though I paid for one, I got a second one for free. Oh my God. Do I sometimes feel like I just won the lottery? Like I just won $343 million from the Powerball? I do. Because you know what? When I put that greasy, gooey goodness around my face and sometimes up it and definitely in it.
We're still talking about cheeseburgers, right?
We are talking about free cheeseburgers,
okay.
My friend.
Okay.
And that is... and that's why I have a master's in masturbation, because that... Oops, I finished.
There he goes again.
Ooh. But anyway.
So, get this. I was at work, was it yesterday, maybe the day before. I showed up to this house, and I thought there was a dog in the window. How much was that doggy in the window?
$4.20.
Well, I don't... So, I get up to this house, and I think it's a dog, but something just didn't look right about it. I'm not trying to look into people's houses.
Right, like it was a dog in a wheelchair or something like that, or he had a cone around him.
Right. The dog was sitting on his hind legs, like in the begging position, like hands up, and like he was sitting on his hind legs, and he had his paws up by his chest.
If I was a dog, I'd be excited to see you at my door. That's for damn sure. And I totally would be up on my hind legs with my tongue out, ready for peanut butter.
So I get up closer, and I'm looking, and I'm like, wait a minute, that's not even a dog. It's a kangaroo, or like a wallaby or something.
It wasn't like a disformed dog. It was an actual hop on your hind legs. Kangaroos can box. Paul Hogan, Crocodile Dundee, kangaroos.
Actually, here, take a look at this picture. I actually have a picture of it.
Well, it's not real. It's not real clear, but yeah. Next, if you ever have to go back, you should totally. Plan it out.
So I've never been to this house. I've been to a lot of houses. I've never been to this house, and
did he have an Australian flag or
he must have been Australian, because who else? Where else are you going to get the credentials to be able? How are you going to know what to feed a kangaroo?
I'm pretty sure you just feed them the same thing that you would feed any Australian: Foster's and
Vegemite
and Kiwis. What's Vegemite?
Vegemite is, texture-wise, I want to say it's like Nutella or like peanut butter.
Wait.
But it tastes like... It's terrible.
Does it taste like...
You put it on toast.
Is it vegetables? Like the name says?
Maybe.
Indicates? Or is it...
It might be.
Is it like... It might be like Dinty Moore. It might be stew. Or
sort of.
Cat food might be food.
I am not exactly 100% positive what the ingredients are, what it takes to make Vegemite. But I just know that you have to be Australian to like it.
It's an Australian delicacy, something that they use on the bobby.
If you see an Australian, ask him how his Vegemite is, and then you won't have that guy as a friend anymore.
That's good, because I'm not looking for any down under friends.
Oh, I might.
Yeah, Australian lingo pisses me off. I'm not a big fan of it. The 80s came. The 80s, everybody talked like an Australian, and it just annoyed that shit out of me.
Everybody talked like an Australian in the 80s?
But do you not realize what sort of craze Paul Hogan created with that fucking movie, Crocodile Dundee? That was bigger than Star Wars, man. That was like the 80s Jesus. Paul Hogan was literally bigger than God in the 80s. That's not a knife. This is a knife. I have that tattooed 3 places on my body. So,
Oh, man.
Paul Hogan is definitely more of an icon than anybody that I've ever even heard of. And if you don't know...
Australian-wise, you mean?
No, he's like the...
You're saying Paul Hogan is just generally an idol in...
I think every single person in the world thinks that Paul Hogan not only is more popular and more well-respected than the Pope, but is probably wealthier than both Bill Gates and that Mexico Slim, the cartel guy who owns all like the cell phones.
Oh, yeah.
Those two combined. Paul Hogan could seriously walk around and everybody would not only beg to be his cushion for his delicate souls, but they would jump at the opportunity to be in any sort of contact with him. Why would we not have Paul Hogan as president? Because he'd be too popular. We'd never ask him to leave.
They have term limits for that reason. So that Paul
exactly.
Hogan
So
can't
Paul
become a
Hogan,
dictatorship.
everybody thinks that, yes. Everybody thinks that it's because of George Washington. No, but it's because we'd be the United States of Hogan. Real quick.
Wasn't it because of Roosevelt?
No. Well,
didn't he have...
Yeah, you might be right. Because, I think he was a 3-termer. But, 2 terms is enough.
Yeah.
Speaking of terms, I got a shithog story for you.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Well, this stanky motherfucker, I was telling you that one time about how, he's a cereal pisser.
Okay.
Not that he pees in cereal, but that he actually pisses the bed. Well, shithog strikes again.
Uh-oh.
Pissed his couch.
Oh.
Woke up stuck because his pee has properties that no other pee has. It's both acidic and...
It's got duct tape.
Yes,
principles.
it does. If you lose a tail light, he'll pee on it and you can stick it back on there. But if you need battery acid, he'll pee on it and your battery will run as if it was brand new.
Oh man,
I don't understand where he is. I think he might be some sort of Paul Hogan. You know,
so you're saying...
You know how Zeus created all the other gods, like Hercules and all that kind of shit?
Yep.
Paul Hogan, shithog. They ain't far. They're both from the same cloth, the same loin. Shithogs and Paul Hogan, Australians and Aborigines.
So this shithog is a serial pisser.
And an engineer.
Oh, well, didn't you think he could, come up with a way to, prevent this? Or maybe rig up some sort of electronic mechanism that, wakes him up every time he's got to take a piss? Or...
Well, let's think about this. So you're
peeing. Thinking is tough.
So you're going to pee, and you want something electrical?
Electronic, yeah.
Well,
you're probably going to stop pissing if there's electronics nearby.
Either that or, well, what... That's
now are we thinking?
That's one end of the extreme. That's for sure.
I pissed on an electric fence one time.
Well, that explains a lot about why your penis looks like why it does.
That's what I was just about to say. It's you can blame it on one thing or another, but a tiny penis is always related to a electric fence incident.
It looks like somebody blew a dandelion, but some of it got stuck in a line. I don't know how that worked out, but it's cool that you got a girlfriend.
Fucking yeah.
People are into whatever.
All right then.
I think that was a good. Shithog, noun, a hog that shits all day and fucks never.
Well, my girlfriend loves my wiener, but how about this? I'm reading this story online a couple days ago. This kid college student at Colorado State, he overdoses, I guess, or he takes a bunch of Molly, and
okay.
Let me just read the article. The headline here says, "Bad Molly takes Colorado State student on insane masturbatory rampage." Okay,
well, I'd be down with that. What nights do you do this on? Is this a Tuesday through Thursday kind of thing?
Usually on the weekends only.
No, the weekends are for not a masturbatory rage, but a masturbatory festival. Raging is for the week.
Raging? No, I thought raging was weekend, like Friday, Saturday.
Not when
and
you're
Monday,
doing
Tuesday,
it.
Wednesday is a masturbatory relapse.
All right, when you're doing things masturbatorily, raging comes Tuesday through Thursday.
Okay.
Friday's a rest. Saturday, Sunday, the festival of masturbatoriness, where you come quarts. Saturday, Sunday, Monday is a rest and Gatorade and nachos. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you rage so hard.
I gotta write this down. I'm gonna forget. I need to put this in my calendar.
I have it on a necktie. I wear it to work.
Okay.
They all know me as that stupid fuckstick that wears that stupid tie.
They call him fucking weirdo.
Yeah, they call the police.
They call for an instant replay.
They call 1-800 Crime Stoppers because they have to think that I'm registered on some sort of list.
Is it? You can get a job with your name on the sex offender list, right? You just can't live anywhere.
Well, I'm pretty sure you can do whatever anybody else can do.
Wait. Rewind. So you can't live in like a school zone, and you can't live like by a church or where like children gather if you're like a sex offender. Can you work in near those places, or you just can't live near those places?
I would imagine if you're a sex offender, I get, maybe it depends on like what the crime was. I don't know how. But maybe just maybe, a sex offender is just limited to off limits to like schools and wherever else children congregate. Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah.
Maybe like the parks.
So get this. I know a guy who has to register as a sex offender. I'm not friends with this guy. I just know this person. They got caught pissing like on the street corner or like in an alley.
Right.
Midnight, 12, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, after bar, or like bar time.
Right.
Pissing on the wall in a school zone. And because he was pissing in public in a school zone, registered sex offender now.
What? Really?
Yeah.
That is kind of a big slap in the dick.
I used to work at a place where it was in like the sex offender neighborhood. So like once a week the sheriff would show up and he'd have like a folder full of like there was like 8 different sex offenders moving into the neighborhood. Like here's the list. I don't think we had to post them or anything, but he would just give us the list, so we had like the list of sex offenders.
You should have just taken the pictures and like doodled like hats on them and stuff like that, and then like put like I like little boys and then put them in the window, stuff like that.
Well, this one guy he was one of the regulars, and he had this big backpack that he set down on the counter, and it made like a thud, big thud on the counter.
Because it was filled with a small child.
Yeah, and I was like, what the hell do you got in there, dude? And he's like, oh, this is my GPS tracking device. Let me just say, always make sure to check her ID. Oh, man, dude, that's
So now they
shitty.
now it's every time you bang a chick, it's like buying booze.
Yeah.
Can I see some ID? Oh, but I left it in the car, mister.
Well, too bad.
Sorry, girl.
No.
I'm not penetrating you today. Fuck responsibly.
Should be a commercial, public service announcement.
PSA is all up in this HSA.
His ass.
Yep. Health savings account, my motherfucker.
So anyway, go back to this story about this masturbation rampage this guy went on.
Oh my god, that's right.
He
Drinking Molly. Was he with a rapper?
he looks like he could have been a rapper.
Oh, really?
He looks like he's okay.
No.
I'm wrong.
Do you think he's going to be used as currency in prison?
Yes.
Cool.
Yep, he's definitely going to have to make friends with one of the racial groups, preferably the whites, but
It's easy when you masturbate all the time.
well, yeah, that's true.
You don't circle jerk with fucking strangers unless it's an orgy. And it's
I think
kind of an organized thing.
In my opinion, circle jerks work best when it's with strangers, based on my past experiences.
Circle jerks work best. Circle jerks work best when there's constant eye contact maintained.
I can't even look you in the eye when you say that.
And yet, I can't look away.
So anyway, this guy, he, I guess he like hijacked an ambulance.
Really?
Okay.
What?
The police department said they found an ambulance in the middle of the highway with several of their doors open, front end damage, and fluid leaking. The one officer on scene said it appeared that the driver of the ambulance had hit a raised median, jumped a curb or something, and he hit a sign, went the wrong way, and crossed back over the median before stopping.
Molly sounds fun.
Yeah. They found this kid. He was 18 years old. He was standing about 30 yards from the ambulance, wearing an EMT vest.
At least gotta act the part to play the part.
Pretty much.
Gotta look the part to play.
So this guy gets all mollied up, takes an ambulance on a wild driving spree, and so the officers shoot him with the taser.
Ooh.
When he obviously wasn't gonna play nice. I don't know if this is worth noting, but
so Molly plus electricity equals masturbatory rampage.
We haven't even got to the masturbation yet.
Oh.
So it shows here that his list of the items that he had on him. He had a blanket, a cell phone, and a box of wheat thins.
Oh, what? A box of wheat thins. Did it say if they were ranch or if they were like the hot barbecue?
Well, no. The good part, or the best part, is when they finally got him back to the station. This is where all the craziness went down. He stood on a bench, he kicked the wall, and started masturbating.
Well, when you take your wheat thins away, what else you got to put your hands on? If you can't feed him with weedy goodness, you got to feed him with meaty goodness.
He said, yeah. Okay, anyway. I just like the part about his wheat thins.
Yeah, I think that is the strangest part. That he's just, of all things that a guy on Molly masturbating like crazy in an ambulance could have, somehow he walks away with a blanket. He has bulky things. Cell phone can go in a pocket. You got to carry a blanket. And you got to carry wheat thins. So unless you wrap the wheat thins in a blanket, you got your hands full of... And they won't let you keep the blanket or the wheat thins in prison or in jail. Which sucks because you're going to want both.
You're especially going to want the wheat thins. And the
it's
blanket.
Cold in there.
Yeah, the blanket. They give you a blanket, I would think.
It's cold in there.
Yeah.
Even if with a blanket. It's not a hotel.
Have you ever gone on a masturbation rampage?
I just did. Yes. I go on masturbatory rampages. Have you had a job? I mean, I go to work. I mean, shit. That's all there is to say. What you got to do is wake up. All right, this is a minute. This is a masturbatory rampage. You wake up, you look out the window, and the first thing you see, you beat off to it. It's only
look out the window?
Yep.
Okay.
So if it's a tree, you fucking jerk that shit to a tree so fucking hard.
Okay.
You might want to rub it all over the tree. If it is what it is, sometimes you get caught, sometimes you don't. But then you just go on and you fuck the next thing. And then you go on and you fuck the next thing. And then you just keep going on until either it hurts so bad.
See, I can't go that way.
And you just cry and cry until the tears wash away the blood from your fucking torn up wiener. And your balls just are drenched with fucking blood and tears and cum. Or you just keep going and you play through that pain. And you look yourself in the eye in a mirror while you're jacking off to your bloody and beaten self. And you look and you smile because you know what? You get to come when it's all over.
The sweet release at the end of the rampage.
It's awesome. And you feel so bad. But it's all worth it. So I don't know. I mean, that's what I would call a 9-to-5er.
It doesn't require drugs or anything? Molly or anything?
Whatever you want.
You just drink a bottle of water and go on a masturbation rampage?
You're going to be more thirsty than that, but yeah, whatever you want. It doesn't matter. You can eat steak. Who cares?
It's your masturbation rampage.
That guy chose wheat thins. It doesn't matter. Usually I would prefer it with something over nothing, but a lot of times you like to do it with stuff that is kind of like ice cream. Because, you can eat some of it, and then when it's melted, you can rub it on yourself. Or, syrup, because you can drink it, and you can rub it on yourself.
Oh, drinking syrup?
Well, you gotta...
Are you serious?
How? Well, you asked what takes place during a masturbatory rampage.
Well,
I mean, how many times have you turned the burners on the high, sat down bare-assed on them, drank a bottle of maple syrup, and jacked off to a Swiffer wet jack?
hey, that was... I thought we had agreed that would stay in the apartment.
Well, it's not like I don't do it regularly. So, I mean, you were there that first few times, but I kept up with that tradition.
Where do you think I got the idea from?
Yeah. Teamwork.
Teamwork.
So the Packers pretty much fucked the Bears really hard last week.
Yeah, how about that game? That was pretty sweet, wasn't it?
It was the funnest first half of football I've watched ever. I couldn't believe how good Clay Matthews looked, who I'm not regularly a fan of.
I know, you hate him.
Yeah, I'm not real impressed with him most of the time. Aaron Rodgers looked fantastic. Probably should have had 7 touchdowns.
He could have had 7.
Yeah.
I mean, I get why you'd pull him out early.
Yeah, you do. But sometimes I wish they'd just run that shit up. You know what? Especially against a fucking team like the Bears. Run it up. I want to see us put up 100 points because that night we could have.
Ask the Patriots. You play 60 minutes. You play
60 minutes, exactly. So you know what? If they can't come out and if they can't produce and if they perform at a half-assed level while we can come out and fire on all cylinders, let us put up 108 points. Let Aaron Rodgers throw 14 touchdown passes. You know,
how foolish would we look? How foolish would we look if the Packers got hurt? If somebody, how foolish would the Packers look if their starters ended up getting hurt in the fourth quarter of that game? Guys get hurt, or
well, that's why you pull them out.
That's
ideally,
exactly why you pull them out.
They don't get hurt, but yeah, and
Matt
it'd be
Flynn's
fun
not
to see. But that's why you pull them out because Aaron Rodgers is way too valuable to lose. Yeah, throw Matt Flynn in there because he could throw up in our system. He could throw up 6 touchdowns.
Matt Flynn is not good.
No, he's not. He'll be gone next year. I bet you we draft a quarterback.
Do you know how much money Matt Flynn's made in the last 3 seasons?
More than Mike Tyson made off of the third Hangover movie.
Yeah, he's in I want to say he's in 11 or 12 or 15 or 17 $million.
Wow, that's Carson Palmer type money.
And he hasn't even really played enough to make it. He hasn't played enough to justify the amount he makes.
Matt Flynn is the equivalent to a quarterback to a Papa John's chili cheese Fritos pizza. He's just disgusting, and it should have never happened. Matt Flynn should be working in a factory somewhere or on a farm, and he should be on a shrimp boat doing something. He is basically Forrest Gump. Football is as football does. That's what Mama always said.
Yep. And Mama said a lot of things. Mama said knock you out.
You know what LL Cool J stands for?
Nope.
Ladies love Cool James.
Yep, that's stupid. You know what? Fuck LL Cool J. I hate him so much.
Do you know he's on a new NCIS show or like a CSI or whatever?
Do you know how much I don't give a shit about LL Cool J and what he's doing? That guy can go fuck himself.
Did you know that LL Cool J one time played the character named God in a movie about dealing drugs?
Get these balls.
Yep, that's one of his catchphrases. Do you know that LL Cool J calls his middle toe, get these balls?
Get these balls.
Get these balls.
Fuck him. I hate him so much.
Well, hate is a strong word, but it's reserved only
You know what? Hate is a strong word, but it's stronger than LL Cool J because he's a little pussy. I fucking hate him.
Do you know what LL Cool J can bench?
What can he bench?
3 parks.
He can bench the salt.
Do you know what LL Cool J can bench? I don't know any of LL Cool J songs.
Nobody does.
Phenomenon. You know he did the song.
That's...
He did the song "Phenomenon" from the hit movie Michael, starring John Travolta, who played a drunk angel. Something like a phenomenon. Something like a phenomenon. LLJ, Cool J. Although I might be wrong about much of that. Anyway, LL Cool J, love him or hate him.
Hate him.
He is definitely kind of a piece of shit. So he's been in movies. I guess that's about the best statement I can make.
That's all I got to say. Do you know that we have a Facebook now for the show, so we can, like, my intention is for the people listening to like the page.
That would be cool.
If they don't, well then I don't like you either. But what I'm saying is anytime you like the page, then that shows us that you love us.
I like love. It's better than hate. And LL Cool J, be the opposite of LL Cool J. Be Carrie Underwood to your LL Cool J. Give us the love, not the hate.
You just made me come.
Yeah, me too. When you come, I come.
There's also the phone number, 240-50-SKUNK, and nobody called us this week, so I'm guessing...
From my understanding, none of the shithogs, fans, nobody called. I was supposed to have a Carney call, but that fucker never did.
My thought is that I didn't check the messages, so maybe somebody did call. Dun, 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 checking the messages live on the air, and it's gonna stay in the show, no editing. Do, do, do.
Something like a phenomenon. Something like a phenomenon.
So then I was thinking, we have this Amazon thing on the website, so you can click on the Amazon link and buy something, and then it helps us pay for all the bullshit that we go through to keep the site running.
That'd be cool.
So my thought is, rather than click the link and buy, how about if you like the show, you just buy yourself something. Get yourself something nice, like a can of soda, or maybe like a glass dildo, or just anything you want in your life that you just want to buy.
Any sort of treat yourself when you like our show.
So every time you like our show, every time O says something funny, go and treat yourself, because you, the listener, have invested your time into listening to the best podcast known to us.
And Jesus.
And to Jesus.
Who is the janitor that works at my work, who doesn't speak English but laughs at most things I say. I think it's pronounced Jesus.
So, go on the website, it's eternalskunk.com, and click on the Amazon link, buy yourself something nice. Christmas is coming up, so just remember that it's there. You already buy your shit from Amazon anyway, so just do it.
And Hanukkah's coming up for all you kosher shithogs.
So we got that out of the way, we got the phone number and all that garbage. I would say you as the listener are the winner today, because we're going to cut this episode short.
Yeah, we're all pretty busy. It's kind of getting to be the busy time of the year for both of our jobs. Unrelated industries, yet we're both really busy at the end of the year.
Everybody's busy.
Yeah, people have lives, except for me.
And me.
And shithogs.
Shithogs unite. Let's all have a busy, no life together.
Alright, well, do you want to join me in my last... Alright, do you want to join me in this Thursday Masturbatory Rage before you head home tonight?
Masturbation Rage, count me in.
Alright, good night, folks.
And good night.
I came.